So I thought I'd start this video off by saying hello to my old friends in Arkansas who might be watching this and point out how one of the items sold at Mecum Auction was a retired fire truck from Prairie Grove, Arkansas, of all places. That's right. It was a retired fire truck from the Prairie Grove, Arkansas Fire Department. A 1971 F-750 fire truck. So the retired fire truck from Prairie Grove was just one of hundreds of vehicles that were auctioned off at the Mecum Auction in Tulsa. I attended Saturday, June 12th, just as an attendee. I didn't actually bid. But I thought it might be good to talk about what it was like to attend the auction. First off, even if you buy a ticket to attend the auction but don't go as a bidder, you can still walk around the auction area and look at all the vehicles. And you can get pretty close to the auction block stage area where the vehicles go out for bid. Now, I would say that you do get a better view of the cars as they're actually going across the stage watching the auction on TV than you probably will watching it in person as an attendee. Hang on. And I say this even though I was able to observe several vehicles entering or leaving the stage area. Now, one area you were not supposed to go to as an attendee was the table area set up in front of the stage. The tables are where the bidders all seat. And they show a lot of shots of that area on TV if you watch the rebroadcast of the auction on TV or YouTube. But that was one area you couldn't go to as an attendee. So that did kind of limit your viewpoints for watching vehicles cross the stage. So now I think even if you go to this as just an attendee and not as a bidder, it's a great opportunity to look at a lot of unique cars. One car I want to make sure I mention is this 1936 Cord 810 Westchester. The Cord was a front-wheel drive vehicle with pop-up headlights and a V8 engine that preceded the Oldsmobile Toronado by about only 30 years. Now this is a 1969 Dodge Super Bee, one of my personal favorites at the auction. It sold for $68,000. A little more than I could afford, but gosh, it sure would have made a nice car for the B-Line Bennett channel. Get it? B-Line, Super Bee. Yeah, you get the idea. Now, let's talk about one drawback to attending the auction and attending it at the River Spirit Expo Center in Tulsa. The River Spirit Expo Center is a huge expo center, and as far as I noticed, the main doors they opened for ventilation to dispose of any carbon monoxide was at the far west side of the facility, but the auction where they were selling the cars was being held at the far east side of the facility. And even though you see the auction employees pushing the car onto the stage, and usually they don't have the car running while it's on the stage, they do drive the cars through the facility more than you might think to get them to and from the stage. And there were times when I was down there in the stage area where it felt extra stuffy and you could kind of smell the fumes. And at one point, I thought I saw, well, I know I saw some Tulsa firefighters walking through there, just a couple of them. It looked like they were holding a piece of testing equipment, and I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if that's what they were checking, to make sure the carbon monoxide levels were safe in the building. So I hope next time maybe they could find a way to ventilate things a little bit better. I think the way the facility was set up for egress and ingress, they probably could have done a little bit better on that. But that's my main feedback on things to change for next time. One other piece of feedback, seating is pretty limited if you go just as an attendee, so be prepared to do some walking. Next year I might just pay the extra money to register as a bidder, even if I don't buy anything. I'm assuming they're going to have it in Tulsa again next year. I hope they do. I hope the auction comes back. Overall, it was very enjoyable, and it's a pretty good way to spend a Saturday afternoon. So, thanks for watching, and please click like and subscribe.